Folks, what's going on? Welcome back. Your Salt Dragon is here, the heir of Carthage, or in this case, the heir of Cathay, and we've got a 2 versus 4 setup from the last episode that we're going to have to go take care of. I'll kind of talk my way into this one since it's the beginning of the episode instead of giving you all an entry and then straight to a cut, but yeah. I mean, there's a few dangerous units for sure in these vampire armies, and when I'm looking at the way the reinforcements are coming in, I can pretty clearly see how I want to set this one up. We're going to use this bit of terrain here on our right flank and basically try and force the vampires into a choke point. My own reinforcements would be coming from right here and able to come in to play rather easily. So let's take a look at the situation. Yeah, this is a good situation. So basically we're going to have from like here over to this point kind of block in. And then it says our reinforcements are coming from here. It's an interesting reinforcement point. I wonder if we can get them in behind us. It won't allow them to... So 36 seconds they would come in there. How long was it to get them over here? 37 seconds. If the vampires rushed me, then those would be coming in from a poor position. Now, I don't think the vampires are going to rush me. Their reinforcements are over a minute out. However, if we quickly establish a missile supremacy, it is possible they rush at me. I'm trying to think where they're going to deploy. I kind of expect the vampires to deploy maybe back here or here. Would be cool to get some cheap shots off at them quickly with artillery. I'm going to go ahead and set up my artillery. My guess is that the vampires are going to start out of range and then run at us. But, I don't know. Like, I'm kind of tempted to go ahead and deploy kind of far forward here. Something like this, maybe? Well, you know what? I could... We can tie up our flank right here. Try and get ourselves in a better position. I could go ahead and deploy pretty far forward here and try and put early artillery pressure on the vampires. My guess is though is they're gonna just fall back. We probably shouldn't do anything stupid and deploy stupid. Let's go ahead and deploy back here and use this choke point to our advantage. I'm going to kind of do something like this, like we're all probably go ahead and kind of, again, I think we've got, yeah, so you really can't move right there. So that's pretty much blocking that point. Let's go ahead and put a couple more, and then we'll have to scoot these out. And then I've got some Celestial Dragon Guard to reinforce. We're going to get our crane gunners ready to go. We got a couple of crossbows. I'll keep those pretty far back, and then we'll use them to mow down stuff that comes in close. We'll have to do a little bit of rearranging here and there, but this should be, for the most part, okay. Alright, there we go. So let's just go ahead and get things kicked off. Go ahead and do a defensive stance for all my missiles. Okay, so the vampires did kind of what I thought they would. They're going to deploy far back and then run even farther back. They want all their reinforcements. Fair enough. I do too. I want all my reinforcements at play as well. So what we're going to do, yeah. I've got... We're essentially just going to make a front line here.
Guided by ancestors. Understood.
There we go. When my reinforcements come in, I'll have them fill in this other side of the flank. This should otherwise be a good position to operate from. I'm going to try and keep my Terracotta Sentinels out of the line of fire from my artillery so that they don't interfere. We've got a good, clean kill zone here for whenever the vampires do start heading our way. Alright, here comes my reinforcements. Let's go ahead and start to position them. As far as reinforcements go... Let's put a couple more halberds here. And then I'm going to take one I'm gonna actually put that unit there to seal kind of that flank, and then I'm actually gonna put these swords behind the front line as additional reinforcements. And then these bannermen, I'm gonna kind of put them back in the very back to act as artillery protectors in case there's summons or spawns or other things that want to create difficulty for us. Line up the new rocket batteries there. And let's get our sentinels. I'll put one of them kind of like right here under center. We got our Wu Jing War Compass. Let's move that up just a hair. Let's get our leader over here. Maybe on this flank like that. And then we've got more riders. Let's line them up around our artillery to provide protection. We've got more crossbows. And these crossbows are already in position, so let's take these. I'm going to put them in between the different artillery pieces here. We've also got more crane guns, and I believe this will be a good point to line them up into. And then another Wu Jing War Compass. Let's throw this War Compass clear to the other flank. Alright, so the vampires are getting their reinforcements put together. Mine are put together. And we're just waiting for them to move into position. So we're going to get all of our force together. The vampires brought in multiple leaders as reinforcements. The leaders tend to come in first. What we can do is we can snipe those leaders early. And then we've also got, it looks like a dragon, a Terrorgeist. So we'll want to focus the dragon and the Terrorgeist to keep them off of our missiles. We also have some leaders and a corpse card on foot. We got another one here. So key targets for vampires: lords, morale boosting units, or otherwise damage inflicting units. So mortis engines, corpse cards, Terrorgeist, stuff like that. So that's kind of how you prioritize, and then you kind of work your way down. When you see ethereal units like Hexwraiths, you need to identify the units in your army with magical damage. So in my case, the Terracotta Sentinels and my Shugengen Lords are all going to come with magic damage, and also the Wu Jing War Compass. Spells can also be useful against them. The vampires attacked me, so they will have to come after me once they put together their reinforcements, so I'm not going to move. So yeah, that's kind of how you prioritize. As far as spells that can be pretty useful, now look, we've got our full magic reserve, so we can unleash the winds of magic. Plus we have 4 bound comets, 4 bound lightnings. Got a scroll of shielding here that would be handy on our Terracotta Sentinels, so we'll need to try and remember all this. And I've got my 2 war compasses split up in different positions, so this is good. So yeah, this should allow me a really good opportunity to cause tremendous damage to the vampires. I don't know why they're sitting still. I win if the time runs out, so feel free to sit on your ugly duffs. I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll send out a scout force and attempt to draw in the enemy.
Dragon Guard!
Zhang faithful!
Okay.
Stone and steel!
Alright, there's our scout force. I'm going to take my 2 Shugengen Lords and put them in a quick group there as well, just so I can get to them easily. And then I'm going to move my artillery pieces all down here to the end, and I'm going to put all my sentinels together. And probably do the same thing here, put all my crane guns together. Alright, they're going to waste some of their magic here. Spirit Leech is actually going to be pretty effective against these long riders. There's 2 Spirit Leeches. However, what it's doing is it's causing them to use up all their magic early. We did get the attention of that zombie dragon. And we're going to keep drawing Spirit Leeches. Again, it kind of sucks because Spirit Leech is not a bad spell in this particular instance. I believe our cannon is going to open fire. We've got a Vampire Lore of Death chasing. Alright, so our cannon is going to... Okay, let's take it easy there, Rockets. Alright, we're basically trying to draw these guys into the crane guns. There we go. Alright, so they are using a ton of Spirit Leech right now. That's fine. crane guns, you guys should be absolutely mowing. Okay, thank you. I was going to say, that unit should not be living. Okay, so we took down that vampire hero Lord of Death there. Let's take our cannon. It's not having a lot of success hitting the dragon. Let's put a couple of cross shots over here into these hex wraiths. And let's go see if we can lure some more unwilling participants to their death. I'll need to remember to fire my rockets manually because I took them off of fire at will. Again, they're really using up a lot of their magic here. That's good. That means it won't get put into something like a Wind of Death or a Purple Sun. It would be considerably more dangerous to us. Comes the first cross shot out of that cannon. Ooh, nice hit. Really nice hit. And another good cross shot there. I want that dragon up in range. So I'm going to really try and lure it. Let's watch our cannons. Yeah, we were getting really good hits over there in those hex wraiths. It is a worthwhile venture. There's a Blood Knight right there that I'm going to go ahead and target now that we did a little damage to the hex wraith. I say a little, we got about half of their hit points. Might see if I can bait this dragon up. There's another Spirit Leech. 2 more. So the vampires are going to be really digging into their magic pool. I can't seem to get the Terrorgeist to come any closer. I mean, you can see, though, how many Spirit Leeches they've dropped. It has hurt. Look, we're getting a really good chunk out of that Blood Knight as well. Alright, they're not taking any more bait, so I'm just going to fall back to a protective stance on my artillery. And that'll get me out of the way for whenever their units do finally come in range of my crane gunners. The vampires are moving very slowly right now. Is that a corpse cart? No, it's just a horse. There we go. Crane guns have picked up their leader on the dragon. That Blood Knight has taken substantial damage from my cannon. There's a corpse cart with an unholy lodestone there. I'm going to target it with the cannon. Their lord on the dragon is really hurting. Hurting badly. I don't even need to cast the spell to slow them down. They're approaching so slowly that it's just playing right into my favor. Alright, the dragon's gonna come down. I'm gonna start targeting the Terrorgeist here. Dragon down, Terrorgeist up. The AI is very passionate about moving all of its forces together, and it's going to cost them dearly here because it's giving me time to pick off all of their valuable units. That Terrorgeist is going to get ruined. He might get a breath attack off before we kill him. Yeah, no, he's just going to charge into a halberd unit. Well done. When I say well done, I'm obviously being quite facetious there. Attack these hex wraiths. And then I need my crossbows on this flank to target down their lord. And then crane gunners, I'm whipping those. I don't know where you got that attack. Let's take it easy. Alright, excellent work, excellent work. The corpse cart up here. So far so good. We are... Look, how did he get through my line? That just does not make sense. Like, not at all. Let's open up the rocket batteries. Alright, so rockets heading out. Alright, all the ethereal units are being met by cannon. Let's take it easy. There's another good target. Okay, so we got another vampire leader getting bled out over here. So he's down. I don't see their leader on that flank anymore either. Let's get our crane guns kind of repositioned. We have our comet, or our, let's start unleashing some magic.
Celestial sorcerer! Celestial splendor!
Alright, we got a comet unleashed over there, and it was quite effective. Let's unleash some lightning. Let's Gotta do some protecting there. Let's swap back over here. Let's continue to unleash the heavens. Let's get our rockets focused here for a quick volley. Our crane guns can focus that leader out there, hopefully. And we are absolutely annihilating. Put some Dragon Fury down there, so that melted out a bunch of their infantry.
Order and balance.
Drop back into that fight. Okay, rockets, hold your fire. We've got an incoming target. Let's slow it.
Fire in the blood. I shake the
And
winds.
target here, and let's get our cannon resituated into these Vargeist.
Dragon.
Alright, I've gotten a slow on that Terrorgeist, and I'm going to start hammering it with crane guns. Okay, throw in another over here. Come forward just a little, so excellent, excellent, excellent stuff. We've got another Terrorgeist headed in. We need to intercept, so let me get group 1. Come goon this thing out. We ended up with some Cairn Wraiths behind our lines. Oh gosh. It's a good thing I positioned this unit here. Let's go give some help there. Hadn't noticed that. So the AI actually did go around and flank me, which was appropriate.
Order and the balance.
Okay, I've kept reinforcements all along the front lines. Or at least in some positions along the front lines, not necessarily all along the front lines. Okay, continue the beatdown over here, please. Speed these units along their route back to the underworld.
Guided by ancestors.
Okay, let's get in here, help give them a beatdown. These ethereal units ought to drop really quickly at the hands of these here, so let's... Celestial Comet would go very well right there. We took those units out, so let's come back into check. It is time for our rockets to find a target.
Celestial Fury.
Ooh, that was a beautiful comet. Some Blood Knights up front here. I'm going to focus fire them with some shots from my crossbows.
Heavens await.
And I'm going to put some more pressure right here. We've got another Terrorgeist at the front of our formation. I'm going to swamp it with flying units.
Eight winds to me.
Okay, our rockets wiped out some incoming infantry. Let's continue that effort.
Crossbowmen.
Alright, the Blood Knights and Black Knights took a beating up front here. I might need to kind of spread that unit a little wider there. Let's bring Vargulf. Let's attack the Vargulf there.
Dragon Guard.
Got some Bannermen over here. Alright, we smashed out these Wraiths over here. We got a little landing party here in the middle of our territory. Let's actually cancel that, please. And let's see if I can control all this. We got a lot going on all at once. Alright, so the Terrorgeist, Vargeist, they are gone. Spread these units back out. This Vargulf is kind of playing hard to get with this. Let's use our dragon crossbows to mow him down in a hurry, hopefully. Some dire wolves there, not super worried about him. Our rocket batteries should be able to lower the number of zombies and other things coming in. We've got some more ethereal units headed our way, so let's prepare a greeting party. How are we doing over here against the Terrorgeist? Let's get group 1 to dive bomb that Terrorgeist. There we go.
For the Emperor!
Okay. don't you help counter them? Let's drop down into here. I need my crane gunners on targets. I'm gonna need you to slow that unit down, please.
My test begins.
Okay, we got rid of this unit over here. Let's move up and help. Let's spread our defensive units back this way. Let's focus down that unit that's inbound on us. We're causing tremendous damage. The vampires are falling apart at the moment because we've killed all of their leadership and left them in a state of crumbling, which was my objective here to begin with. So I think that that is pretty much all she wrote for the vampire forces. Yeah, they're in pretty much a full crumble here. Let's just get our cannon to open up back here and our rockets to open up there. And we'll send these units packing. Excellent. Well, it wasn't perfectly executed, but it was executed mostly according to plan and very successfully. We're going to speed the passing of these last few remnants of vampire forces. There they go. And that's going to be a big victory for us. Yeah, so with vampires, it's basically just don't play fair. Kill all their leaders and encouraging units first. And then as you rip through those, the leadership of the others will fall apart. Focus your magic damage into ethereals and basically go from there, right? Don't be afraid to bombard. Like, I had a lot of magic there that we still could have used as well. It's just that, you know, if you end up with more blobs, you can do it. The last thing you would want to do, though, is, like, end up in a big blob melee with vampires, right? That's not where you want to end up with them. You want to defeat them efficiently and cleanly at range, because they don't have range. They used up all of their magic at first there, too, which was really nice for us, because, again, they can't use it on something more effective. So, like a Purple Sun, a Wind of Death, all would have been horrible news for us in that big line formation. I've noticed that the AI is not very good at using damage spells like that, which is unfortunate for them. It's quite fortunate for us, because it results in us basically just crapping on them all the time. Alright, that army there,
Natural authority.
it's in a forced march, so it really can't escape. I'm gonna go ahead and... Oh my gosh, man, there's 4 more vampire armies up there. Before we move, let's check something.
No.
I don't think these armies are going to have the movement range to get down past Mount Thug all the way to me. This army I'm going to send over here to help reinforce, because we need to be moving in pairs. So I've got Miao Ying headed over there to reinforce. We got up into the mountains. It looks like Chaos brought an army here, and they're going to try and get around me and into my territory. Shrine of the Alchemist is the weakest point over here, so we need to reinforce it a little. We could take this magistrate back here and try and come deal with that. Alright, Miao Ying is 1 turn away, and look who we have at the doorstep. So we've got a lot of chaos units spawned here. I'm going to bring this army back within the walls. We'll give up Dragon Crossroad, it's not that big of a deal. It's better to be safe here, so we're going to pull these units back to the wall and defend the wall. With armies at the wall like we have, they will not be getting through or causing any real effect here, so we'll beat these guys back. We can realign our compass, by the way. I'm actually going to keep it here on the Dragon Emperor's Wrath for another turn or so that we can get that special, what do you call it? The special ability. So this Chaos army, I kind of expected to attack me. They did not. My armies were a little bit damaged, not a lot, but there's yet another army for Chaos up here near Vale of Titans, so we're intercepting a lot of their forces here. I'm gonna go ahead and attack. They're probably gonna flee. Of course they would, because they're crybabies. Run away, crybabies. You were really a Chaos army, you'd come and fight. I'm going to move... Let's see, what does their movement points look like?
You cannot deceive the deceiver.
I'm gonna move up here close to the Vale of Titans.
A thoughtful maneuver.
And keep these two armies real close to each other and keep them
There's no
replenishing here in Ogre territory.
We must replenish.
The dragon
So
blooded.
hopefully we'll keep these armies at bay. This one little one got through. Unless they suddenly recruit like 1,000,000 regiments for now, which they might. I'm not super worried about it. Shang Yang is well enough defended. The Shrine of the Alchemist even has something. It's not great, but they've got stuff. So we'll see what those defenses... We need more defenses, though, so let's do it Nanli. Yeah, so probably a few buildings we want to do. We probably want to go ahead and increase our defenses at some of these places where we can. Let's see, at Pomei, I have an income building. I'd like to put... Oh no, we have another unique building here. That's right, some people were reminding me of the unique buildings. So let's build that, so that we do get the opportunity to put a unique building in. I like to build those where and when we can. Might as well take the more trade resources here as well. I'm not going to build out everything. I'm going to kind of put another little nest egg together, and we'll work from there. Knobbly Gorge, though, is well within our control again. I'll try to rebuild it. It's probably not going to be easy. Do want to do this in case we need to do some quick recruiting at Kiang at some point. We don't have a tower, like an Alchemist Tower here, which the Alchemist Tower is helpful because we can use it to... recruit more units locally and globally. So we'll want to make sure we build some more of those in some of these other settlements that are further away from the front lines. We have this army over here now, too, by the way.
Shugengan Lord reporting.
We've got 2 alchemists in it for some reason. A war elephant, so kind of an odd, odd conglomeration of units here. I mean, we definitely like having crane guns. I'm gonna get 3 of those. I'm gonna grab another war elephant. We'll use war elephants in this army instead of the terracotta sentinels. Downside of that is they don't have magic attacks, which, you know, may not be the greatest. I'm gonna do something like that. Go ahead and get kind of a base for this army built up. We're not gonna need those Jade Lancers. I'm gonna go ahead and ditch that. And I'm gonna ditch the Jade Warriors. I'm gonna stick with Halberds. So we'll kind of right size and get that army built up. You know, we can leave it over here for protection. We could use it to go crush the Wood Elves here at the jungle before they come and get us, because they very likely will. They very likely will. We could probably put in another Alchemist Tower here as well. It'd be better if it was in this province. Okay, yeah, we did put it in that province. Every time we put in an Alchemist Tower, let me remind myself, so every time I put one in, if we upgrade it, it gives an extra global recruitment capacity. So we can get our global recruitment capacity quite large eventually. Okay, I think we're mostly done with this turn. Someone also pointed out a cool tactic that they use on their research with Cathay, because it can throw you out of balance. So like this one gives +3 Yang, for instance, and that one's +3 Yin. So they mentioned to me that what they like to do in the comment was they will research these things until it gets down to the last turn, and then swap to the other one and get it down to the last turn, and then that way it's just like back-to-back turns, so you're not out of balance for like 5 turns. And that's actually pretty clever, so let's try and remember that. I'll need to watch this till it gets down to 1 turn. We're going to leave this pointed where it is for now. It's going to warn me of lords not moved. That makes sense. I probably will go ahead and kill this army for the vampires. Again, yeah, see, look, right outside of the Fog of War, there's always another army. Always, always, always another army.
My ancestors
Ooh, AI is so predictable. 2 armies! Oh, that's so predictable. Hopefully we don't get screwed on the auto-resolve there. It doesn't look like we did. And we're not going to get much replenishment, but I'll take what little replenishment we're going to get. And I'm going to move as far back this way as I can, reasonably speaking. Because it's back towards my own territory, further away. So, look, yeah, they had those 2 armies right outside of our site. So we just killed 4, or sorry, at least, I think it was 3 that they took all the way. That was a leftover, so that's 4. We've killed like 6 before that. There's 2 more here. There's 4 more up here. The number of armies, there's another one here, that the Caravan of Blue Roses have is utterly obscene. Like, just absolutely and utterly obscene. Equipment gained. What was it? A Jade Amulet? That's not bad. I was kind of hoping it was one of the healing things.
Fire and metal.
Okay, we do have skill points. Let's handle the skill points here. This is our Dragon-Blooded Shugengen Lord. And let's see what's in this army. So we do have the Terracotta Sentinels that we could boost. We could work on more magic. Honestly, though, as far as magic goes, we're not really hurt for magic because of the Astromancer there on the Wujing War Compass. So I think what we're going to do instead is I'll just go ahead and do Stone Gaze and buff up my Terracotta Sentinels. It's going to give them an extra 12 armor and 12% weapon strength.
Befits my high station.
So that does make them pretty strong. And then there is one more upgrade that we can give them later in that tree too that would make them even stronger. Not gonna hurt to have some mega melee capability in your army, because it is needed at times. We don't try to live in melee as this faction. However, we end up there sometimes. We don't always intend something, but it is sometimes given to us regardless.
Gun Lord reporting.
Okay, Lord not moved, understood. Unassigned skill point. Eastern Fires. We could put Stone Gaze on this army as well, because again, I don't feel particularly hurt for magic. So I think I will just go ahead and drop Stone Gaze here, because we are operating Sentinels in each of those armies. Yeah, man, we got some tough infantry units. I love it. I love some really good, like, Cathay may not have, like, the world's best elite troops or whatever, but they do have some just rock-solid units once you get those upgrades in, and I like it. Like, I really, like, and what's interesting is that Cathay hasn't even really been filled out totally yet, right? They haven't gotten all the DLC and stuff that's going to fill their roster out. They don't have all the regiments renowned. I feel like in campaign, at least, I'm not speaking for multiplayer, but I feel like in campaign, this faction already is pretty solid. Now, of course, I'm using a mod that gives us a few extra units, and I think some of those units do help a little. I think the Tigers are a nice add for Cathay, and obviously the War Elephant's an unnecessary add, but a fun one. But even without those units that we're modding in, I still feel like that Cathay has a really solid performance in a late-game campaign because of their ranged offerings. You know, it makes them really quite powerful, and that's good. You know, you need a faction to be able to stand on its own late in a game. That seems like a waste of money right there. Grease us to hold something together. I just don't see that happening. So yeah, I've enjoyed Cathay's gameplay ever since the release of Warhammer 3. They're a fascinating faction in my opinion. They play kind of like the dwarves with a little more mobility and some fun ranged units. So I really like them because I've always liked the dwarf play style as well in campaign. Again, I'm not speaking to multiplayer at the moment, but I've really liked that play style, and I feel like that it's just a fun one to play. And plus, you get the Great Bastion to defend as well. So I feel like that they're probably one of my favorite factions in campaign. I think the dwarves are up there still at #1, like especially Grombrindle. But I mean, I really enjoy playing as Cathay. All right, so those armies for the vampires in the north, it looks like they've sent another one that way. So they've got about 5 armies working their way around the north up against the ogres. I think I'm going to move to cut them off with these 2 armies. I'm going to move this one forward and stay in an encamped stance. Let's just see how far we're going to be able to move.
Driven by rage.
There we go. I'm going to move these 2 armies north.
The celestial blacksmith. This
And
joke.
hopefully lure the vampires in over there. We'll see. We actually just flipped over to +1 yin harmony. Researching yin. Let's go ahead and go do this. What am I researching? I think we were actually working on that one. It's going to bring 3 yang. Ooh, that's actually a really nice one right there. Let's work on that one.
We must remain superior.
We'll lose a little bit of money staying out of balance for that many turns, so what I could do is just go ahead and go to one of these settlements that needs a building, and we could put in a Yang building. Already got Yang income. Actually, I'd kind of like another alchemist tower here, so I'm going to do that. And then I'll put in... it would be kind of pointless, but we'll put this Yang building in right here. Just to kind of balance things for now. We can always change that out later if we really feel like it. Okay, let's take a look at the armies for Chaos. This Kurgan warband has a ton of infantry. If I attack them, I won't be able to get back to one of my gates, so we don't really want to do that. Miao Ying is ready to help here, so let's get her new Doom stack ready to roll. The only thing in here that's not complete Doom is this War Tiger. But, I mean, it is a nice unit for chasing down routers or protecting artillery in the back, so I'll keep it for now. I don't think that we really have...
Miao Ying asks, you answer.
I don't know, we could put an elephant in there. I mean, who doesn't like an elephant? I like an elephant. We're going to be here for a turn or so anyway. Let's throw an elephant in there. Why not? Let's make her Doom stack even more doomy. Alright, so this Chaos Army did come around us, but they're not going to be living in a happy place at the moment. One more turn, we're going to be able to turn on this Dragon Emperor's Wrath as well. Looks like Chaos pulled back from us up here, or they're hiding in ambush. One of the two.
The Lord Magistrate stands ready.
Wind Shaper.
I'm going to push forward a little more. They got to be a little careful here, because I don't want armies to come back through me here. They might, because remember the one army ran off this way. They could double back and try and come through here. So we'll have to keep an eye out. Go back and check on this army. Alright, they got some of their recruiting done. It's nice having some more of these recruitments available. I wish I would have noticed that alchemist tower thing earlier, because that would have been really handy. We're going to have our artillery. We're going to have our range, or at least some of it. We don't have access to great infantry here. Which is unfortunate. Be nice to have a little bit of mobility, but we don't have access to good cavalry here either. Interesting. I think what I'm going to do, just to do something a little different with this army... Am I, though? Maybe we just need to build the right building. Oh, we're going to have good infantry recruitment here in 2 turns. And if we really wanted to do something different, we could use balloons in this army.
The Dragon-Blooded.
I don't think they're as good as crane gunners, though. Like, they can't... But we could put a sky junk in. Well, you know what? No. There's no reason. It's kind of a waste. We're going to be able to recruit good infantry and crossbows, though, here, I believe. Bannermen, and then the second tier one, I think, unlocks the crossbows, right? Yes. So I think we'll just hold here, and I'll recruit the right units as it comes, because 2 more turns we're going to have the right availability there. Okay, anything else that I would like to do? Probably start putting in some defenses. I mean, I don't think we're supposed to get any more Skaven spawns, because we pretty well extincted them. We can increase our income, we can upgrade some of these settlements, we can, you know, kind of just continue to build up the middle portion of our empire here. There we go. Alright, I'm going to save some cash on this turn end. We've got our movement points here, but I don't think it's a great time to move. Let's actually put these guys in an ambush stance and see if we can lure some sucker vampires in here.
I will be obeyed.
You gotta wait there. We did end up spotting another army up here. There they are. So they're falling back from us. Okay. We really need to get rid of the Kurgan and then start a push out of... Oh, we found an Undercity. We'll need to take care of that. Okay, there goes the Undercity. Okay, now let's end our turn. That should be pretty much it for this episode. I think it's been a good, successful episode. We didn't accomplish much in terms of capturing new territory, but we killed off 4 vampire armies. We're perfectly positioned to defend the wall against the Kurgans. We're not going to lose any armies there. We are holding the Caravan of Blue Roses, hopefully to be pushing them soon. They have those 4 armies moving up through the Ogre lands that if we can deal with those, hopefully we can put together a push on the Caravan of Blue Roses. But we have many enemies. Honestly, we need probably like 5 or 6 more armies to really be able to push forward comfortably against our enemies. Because the problem is I could split up into single army, you know, expeditions essentially, but then you really get in the risk of getting outnumbered or outgunned. And it's very risky because that can set you back a long time as you know, lose good units and have to rebuild them essentially. All right, it looks like, wow, the Kurgan are going full Leroy Jenkins and are attacking the Dragon Gate, where I have an enormous force, including Gotrek and Felix, as well as a giant settlement garrison and a doom stack. So, you know, it's a bold move, Cotton. I think I'm going to save this because this will be fun, murdering all these Kurgan. So we'll do this on the next episode. Hope you all enjoy that one. See you there. HeirofCarthage signing out.